Yeah. So, good evening, everyone. I suppose I am also
Good evening.
audible to all. And yeah, good evening,
Yes.
everyone, and a very warm welcome to our webinar on the topic of profound importance, which is really needed. That is violence against women, and it is a sobering reality that this issue affects millions of women and the girls across the globe, but still they are very silent. And this is there in every community and every walk of life. So almost every year on 25th of November, the International Day for the Elimination of Violence Against Women is celebrated. But then on occasion of this, today we are doing this, and we are glad to like. This violence reminds us of our collective responsibility to stand against all the forms of violence, discrimination, and injustice faced by the women in day-to-day life. And as being a doctor, even we witness, we are the first witness to see this physical, emotional, and psychological trauma that the patients are going through. And our role is not only in treating these injuries or something like that, but then being a human being, we should also think of this, and that we should raise the awareness, we should educate the community. And for this we need to create the awareness for the dignity and equality in the society. So today we have organized this webinar, sorry, not just to discuss the statistics or to understand, but to understand the deep-rooted causes that are devastating impact, and most importantly, the actionable solutions we all should be a part of. And I'm sure that Advocate Swapneal will guide us through all these things. So, our goal for this session is to foster the space for learning, empathy, and empowerment. And we are incredibly privileged to have our distinguished speaker for today, who will be sharing his invaluable expertise and insights. That is Advocate Swapneal Sansare, who is a criminal lawyer. He is a legal advisor, and sir is founder of the Decoded Law. As someone just said that she is following on the Instagram, and everybody, we on the flyer we have already given the link for the Instagram, and all who have joined today can really watch the videos that sir is creating the awareness of all these things. So the sir, he is working as a guided expert for the adolescent legal literacy, that is from 12 to 18 years age group, under the National Education for Awareness advisory body. He works to empower the India's youth with real rights and real awareness, widely recognized for the impactful legal content and women's safety, cybercrime, and citizens' right. So let us have this opportunity to engage, ask difficult questions if anyone is having, and commit to being agent of change in our own spheres to influence all these things. So I welcome you, sir. Before that, I would request our State Secretary, Dr. Vikrant Desai, sir, to say few words about the webinar. Sir.
Yeah. Respected Maharashtra State President Dr. Santosh Kulkarni, sir, I hope you join soon. President, President IIM Nasik, Dr. Nilesh Nikam sir, Secretary IIM Nasik, Dr. Manisha Jagtap Madam, Dr. Uttare sir, all the dignitaries of state and headquarter present, and dear colleagues, as Secretary of IIM Maharashtra, it is privilege to welcome you all to this vital webinar on violence against women. I would like to thank the organizers and Team Nasik for coming up with this very important topic. Today, we reaffirm that abuse in any form is a grave public health emergency and a moral failure of society. As doctors, our duty goes beyond treatment. We must recognize signs of violence, offer a safe space, document responsibly, and guide victims to legal and social support. Let this session empower us to become vigilant advocates so that every woman can live with dignity, safety, and justice. Thank you. Over to you, madam.
Thank you very much, sir. I would request our President, Dr. Nilesh Nikam, sir, to say a few words. Nilesh, sir. That's not audible. Okay, we can proceed with the talk about our speaker today. Swapneal, sir, you can proceed, please.
Okay. First
Yeah.
of all, everyone, thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much, Dr. Desai, for such a warm welcome and such a good message. Yes, you really got a very important point about the harassment of the women we guys face, during in this medical fraternity and everything. So, yes, before we begin, I just want to say something honestly. Okay, like yeah, I'm a criminal lawyer, and over past few years, I've received more panic calls from doctors than actual criminals. And I seriously, I completely understand why. Because see, being a doctor in 2025 doesn't mean you only treat disease, right? It means you treat uh, the patients, the patient who come with Google searches, walk into your clinic, the patient from WhatsApp medical experts, the YouTube diagnosis videos, and the relatives who thinks they learned the CPR from the famous movie called Three Idiots. So I understand how tough and how difficult is this actually serving the services you provide to the current situation right out there. So there is one misunderstanding, one misunderstanding as simple like one angry relative and just one camera just pointed at you, and suddenly the doctor becomes the accused. Okay. See, today basically I would like to focus on, I'm not going to talk only about the women who face the problem in the medical fraternity. It's going to be overall all the doctors, be it a male doctor, be it a female doctors. Because for me it is something like the doctors who face the harassments from the authorities, the um patients, the managements, everything. So today my sessions won't be completely from a book knowledge. I won't be citing any sections particularly. Sharing more practical, day to day, everyday legal problems, the doctor face in this fraternity, the completely. And this session today is not only for the doctors, it's for the nurses also, the medical staff here. Your challenges are double, unwanted comments, unsafe night duties, over-friendly patients, and hovering attendance, and sometimes even open harassment or intimidation. So this this particularly today's session is not a complete textbook theory. This is a modern age survival manual for every medical professional in this room. So, am I audible? I'm not able to get something. Hello?
Yes, sir. You are audible.
Yes, sir.
I'm audible, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Great. Okay. So, again, I would like to add one more thing today. It's like maybe you call it is it's a meaningful, it's something just happened faithful that we meet today. And today is actually the Advocates Day, the 3rd of December. So a day dedicated to the legal system, the day dedicated to the justice and dedicated to the clarity. And today I really want to give you all the legal clarity. So you right? So before like I stretch it more again, I'll directly start with the topics. I have jotted down few important topics for all the doctors. Especially, I have named it as it a sections. Okay, I don't call it as a topics. I call it your day-to-day, everyday problem you face in your practices. So this is something I would like to add. I would just give you a short kind of intro about the topics which I have jotted down. The first topic, I mean, this is how the today session will go in the flow. The first topic what I'm going to talk about is the reality of being a doctor in this 2025. And the second topic, that is, I call it second section, I'm going to talk about what actual you face the problems daily the problem you face, legality. And the third, your legal rights and your responsibilities. Fourth, the harassment and violence against women. This is the most important one. The fifth, the consent in this digital age, like the consent you take from the patients, from everyone. So that's the consent I'm going to talk about little more in detail. And obviously, documentation part, which is the most powerful legal shield for you. And the seventh point would be the negligence versus complications. These both are two different terms, negligence and complications. And the eighth section would be handling aggressive relatives. This is again the most important one. And the ninth one is the night duty, especially for the women staff. Tenth one, I'm sure every have doctor in his during his course of practice, he have faced the police, the media, and the management of the hospital. So tenth section I'll be covering with to deal with the police, to deal with the media and the management. The 11th one, what to do if you're falsely accused. And the 12th, your legal limits in the emergency room. And the last but not the least, it would be the high risk situations to avoid. So am I clear on this? All these topics, 1 to 13. Just you can just type a message on this, hi everyone with me, so I can just start with my topics. Okay, great. I assume. Yeah, I got it. Yes. Great. So this session is designed like a ladder. Okay, I'm going step by step from everyday struggles to legal solutions and to safety planning. And definitely, this will end with the confidence and clarity to all the doctors and from the medical professionals. Okay, so I'll start with the section one. That is, like I said, the reality of being a doctor in this current generation. That is, in this current generation. So, being a doctor today is not just a medicine. Some days you are a healer. Some days you are a negotiator. Some days you are a firefighter. And the most worst, someday you are just like a punching. Okay, because patients come with Google reviews. Google can say doctor with they come up with all the Google searches with you in front of you. Sometimes relatives come with cameras. Management, they also come with the hospital targets we have and everything. And the most important, the society with expectations no doctor can possibly fulfill. So you expect it to cure instantly, just like that. The patient comes and they expect from you, we want a cure, instant cure. Explain perfectly, manage emotions just flawlessly, and still smile politely. This is what I've jotted down. This completely this way, instantly, perfectly, flawlessly, and just politely. So medicine again, medicine is predictable. People are not, seriously. People are not. But I've seen cases. I was handling few cases of medical legal, and I've seen how tough is for the doctor to handle the relatives, especially. Forget about the patient, but to relatives and people who come along with the patient. So it's a very tough part. It's a very tough job to serve the country, serve the nation with having so much of you know challenges you face. So yes, being a doctor in this current generation, in this current time, is a tough job, right? So this makes to come next to my section two, that is what doctor face every day. Okay. Can I have just one or two questions, like, from actual real life scenario from you guys? What legal challenge? I'm just talking about legal challenges you face every day. Anyone can just give me some idea. Just want to know in your day-to-day practice. Do we have anything? I think. Are you guys with me seriously? Like, I mean, if there's no one, can anyone respond on this? I've just asked one question, that what legal challenges the doctor face nowadays? Anything? Just tell me any challenges. Or you guys don't face anything. Everything goes smooth. Exactly. WhatsApp consultations. That's terrific. Do we have anything more? Nothing? Violence, of course. That's true. Angry relatives on adverse outcomes. Total true. Blackmail, high expectations from patients. Right, right, right. Relatives refuse to sign high risk consent, asking questions on phone. This is the most toughest part. And I would suggest doctors should avoid this. Every patient is potentially legally, okay, informing low GC. Can I just tell me what GC is? I'm so sorry, I'm not very clear with the shortcuts. So just GC, general condition. Okay, all right, okay, okay. So just coming up with one scenario, like if a patient come critical, yes, the patient come critical, and his or her relatives surround you with 5 phones. Just imagine 5 phones, just like they have like shooting on you completely. They recorded a start like, doctor saab ko record karo. You're treating a critical patient just while being treated like a suspect. How you feel like that? How bad you feel? How doubtful you feel on that, right? Patient relatives do not sign the emergency treatment, right? Right, right, right. So okay, so this comfortable with audio or video recordings. That is I got it. I got it and got it. And in scenario two, what woman's doctor the actual face, the reality. I would add few points in that, like unwanted male attention. Am I right? A very friendly behavior with colleagues. True. Maybe third, the unsafe night rounds. Yes, the attendants trying to get very close, and the emotional manipulation as a respect, late night messages, being cornered during counseling, right? Perfect. This I've just shared a few, we can say a few points. I've just got it from my a doctor friend. The challenges they face, the problem they face from the patients, and obvious for the male doctors. you know this applies to you as well, but one misunderstood physical examination, just one rumor, one complaint, and your reputation is completely gone. This is a big challenge the male doctor face. This I've ordered a case on that, and I know this is so tough. So again, I'm saying that today's session is not only for the women, it's for the male doctors as well. The challenges they face. And of course, this is for the nurses and the staff. They face the worst pressure from the patients, from relatives, and the management. And they get the least appreciation. This is what my belief is, least appreciation. So, this is your daily battlefield, right? So, moving on, a third section, that is your legal rights and responsibilities. Okay, yeah. So, I'll keep it very simple. Like, I'll try to make it a very simple and clear for you so that you could relate, all these things. So, what is your responsibility of being a doctor? First, I would ask questions now. I'll just start. The first, I think, the first response should be stabilize the emergencies. Stabilize the emergencies. You know, this is your responsibility. being practicing in a medical profession, this is your first responsibility. Second, take the informed consent. Third, to maintain proper documentation. Don't depend on your attendant. It's your responsibility to maintain proper documentation. This is what I'm talking about, the responsibilities. And the fourth is provide a discharge summary. Many of the doctor might skip it, just write in a one note, one line sentence, but no. See, every topic of mine will make a sense at the end. So what I'm going to tell you now is something important. You should listen carefully. So when you provide a discharge summary, it should be precise and yes, to the point. It shouldn't be a one line, okay, discharge, whatever. The reason is provide a discharge summary in detail. And the last is like maintain the secrecy. Maintain the secrecy. And this brings back to your rights. What are your rights? Yes, of course, the law gives you the right to main important. Refuse treatment if relatives are violent. Do you agree on this with me? You can immediately refuse the treatment. The law gives you that back if the relatives are violent. Yes, you can refuse. You can refuse the treatment immediately because the relatives are very violent. Physically, everything is so violent. You can refuse immediately. Second, you have to demand a safe workplace. That's your basic right. That's your basic safety. Of course, not in emergency condition, but in emergency condition, first important responsibility is to stabilize the patient, not to go directly for a treatment. Your first basic, what what the law says, what the doctor did, is stabilize, right? So that's the basic. I'm coming on your point. If it doesn't work in that way, yes, if the relative refuse, they get violent. True. I'll come on that. So demand safe workplace. Third, ask for the CCTV and the security. This is something obvious. You will be protected for that. Ask for the CCTV and the security. And the fourth is have a female attendant. A female attendant. If a woman is involved, if a woman doctor is involved, ask for a female attendant. And the most important, guys, most important is to avoid unsafe night duties. These are your rights. These are your rights I'm talking about. Okay, this is not your responsibility. I'm talking about, yeah, these are your rights. If any of one of you has been assigned a night duties, you can ask for change of the shift. And if there is any harassment, report harassment under POSH Act, patient side. Okay, so true. Patient's ID should be verified before treatment. That is true. But what you will do when you have an emergency case? Don't tell me at that time first you will see the patient stability. I will come on that point. What to do when you have a patient, when you have an emergency case. I will come on that point. So I was on what? Report the harassment under the POSH Act. See, POSH. Just a second. I'll share this with you. Give me 2 minutes. All right. Someone was saying POSH is. Yes. The POSH is the Prevention of Sexual Harassment at Workplace. It is an act which got enacted in 2013 by the Indian government, by the Indian legislation. The purpose of POSH Act, it mandates the organization prevent sexual harassment. It is especially for the women who work privately, at the private firms. This POSH Act is applicable for them. And the scope, it applies to all workplaces, covers all the employees, you know, aiming the safety, the security, the safety of the women employee at the workplace. So basically, it is an act specially designed for the the safe and respectful work environment at the company, at the private firm, or at the hospital. In our field, it's a hospital. It is what has been designed, the posh. All right. So, yes, rights again. You have rights to refuse to examine if patient behaves inappropriately. You have all the rights. And you can also have the rights to seek change of duty location after you report an harassment. Yes, government and private hospitals, right? And the last is something a demand a mental health consideration. These are your rights you can demand at your workplace. And yes, women doctors have additional rights too. They have additional rights too. You can refuse the isolated posting. If you've been posted, you can refuse that. You can refuse being alone with the male patients. This is especially for the woman doctor I'm talking about. You can insist on a female staff presence, and you can walk out of unsafe situations without fear, without giving any explanation. Okay, so this is for the woman doctor I'm talking about completely. So this now I moving on the section 4, which is the important part, the workplace harassment and the violence against women. This is the most crucial section of today's session. So let me just start on this now. The harassment. Okay, harassment against women in healthcare is really common. It's repeated. It's massively underreported. Do you agree with me with this? Yes. See, guys, not because women don't see it, but because women are conditioned to adjust with the environment. This is true. And the law says you don't have to adjust, you have to stand protected. So, with the first point, verbal harassment. What do you think? What do you mean by verbal harassment? I'll add comments like on your dressings, on your hair, your smile. Like, yes, exactly. Dialogues from senior. You are too strict. Please loosen up. And you have, I'm sure, very female doctors have experienced this. Male patient flirting with them. Colleagues also, acting over friendly. That's a verbal harassment. And legally, you're covered under the POSH Act. POSH Act doesn't mean it only has to be a physical harassment. It can be verbal harassment as well. Second, with the second topic, I come on physical harassment. It's like a shoulder having a touching, anything attacking on female modesty. Exactly. Yes, I'll talk on that. Like shoulder touching, being too close, unwanted contact, and blocking the movement. This also comes under the physical harassment, right? So I will add few sections. If you want, you can just note it down this section. This will section is important for you. Section 75 of the BNS, that is the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita. It is a section for sexual harassment. And section 74, which brings back to the question asked by Dr. Mayur, is outraging modesty of the woman. Yes, the punishment is up to 5 years. Female modesty, yes, up to 5 years. And the third, stalking and digital harassment. I'm sure many of the female doctors have faced this. Am I right? Or the doctor, female doctor, have you ever faced this stalking and digital harassment? Okay, yes, I assume yes, they have faced it. Yes, it's like late night messages, video call attempts from the patients, colleagues, late night, saving your personal numbers, following you during your rounds. And for that, there's a section 78, which is called stalking. And that have a punishment up to 3 years. Fake ID contact. True. Very true. That falls under stalking. So yes, the fourth one, the threats and intimidation. Threat and intimidation about from your seniors, from your colleagues, like I'll complain about you. You don't know who I am, and male relatives crowding you. This falls under criminal intimidation, and for this they have a punishment up to 3 years. So The violence in the hospital. It's like aggressive male relatives screaming at you. I'm sure many of you have experienced this. Healthcare personal protection like assault, which is a cognizable offense directly, non-bailable in many states. FIR must be registered and punishment is up to 3 years. Exactly. True. So the women legal rights in hospital, I'll share a few of them. It's like you have right to safe working environment. You have right to female attendant. You have right to refuse unsafe duty. You have right to change the shift after the harassment. And yes, you have right to post complaint. You also have right follow police protection under sections which I've already mentioned, that is 74, 75, 78, 351 of the BNS. I've already mentioned all the sections. Keep this section very important. This handy. This will require you every day. So the practical safety tips I would give it for the woman doctor. You know what? You should work where the CCTV is visible. Choose those places where the CCTV is visible. You are visible on the CCTV camera. You know, maintain the distance from the patients, from the doctors. Maintain. This is a practical safety tips I'm giving to a woman. Keep a nurse with you. Mandatory. Keep a nurse with you. And if you get any messages, any threatening messages or any flirtatious message or something, save the screenshots and just walk away from uncomfortable situations. This is, you can seriously just walk off a screenshot. Yes. And, excuse me, the most important, whenever any incident happens, I would suggest send yourself a time-stamped email. Your email to yourself, entire incident, whatever happened. Never tolerate discomfort. Whatever happened, whatever incident happened, just send an email to yourself. This will help you for future thing. There's a reason for this. I'm saying a timestamp. But what time it matter when the incident happened, you have to send a basic whatever situation happened. Send a mail to yourself. Keep that as an evidence. Am I clear on this? The practical safety which I've given. I'm just giving you more practical things, which is you can easily use in your day-to-day life. Exactly. Information to senior on duty. You should. And that this section 5, which is now I will talk about, is the consent. One of the doctor have asked us about that. Consent in this digital India. Okay. See, consent, guys, is not a form. It is your legal armor. What do you think? Consent should be only written? Do you really agree with this? I just say yes or no. Okay. Great. Video, nice. Yes. See, guys, consent can be written, that basic. Consent can be audio. Consent can be video, digital, or even attendant with you. Signatures, even that can be considered as a consent. And yes, for the male doctors, never ever examine a female patient without a female or a male attendant, especially a female attendant. Never examine a female patient without, a female attendant with you. And for this woman doctor, document any odd behavior by male patients. Why I'm saying this? Because this you might find it very minor thing, but this is a serious things later on. So women doctors document any odd behaviors by the male patients, especially. Am I clear on this now? The consent. Do you have any question on consent? See, guys, I'm just I'm just trying to simplify the bestest way I can. I'm not here to give you the sections. I'm not give you the unnecessary things. What, how to go with the procedure? Nothing. I'm just trying to build you, to give you the best solution, practical solution. Trying to simplify the law for you. Okay. So, are we clear on consent, guys? Please tell me yes, no. I get two no's. So please tell me what questions you have. What's the question?
Yeah, consent has to be, but then sometimes it is like when there are colleagues with you, it shouldn't
Hmm.
be that taken for granted.
Mm-hmm.
There are few females who are like friendly, but then that doesn't mean that there is a consent for some odd activity to be going through.
Okay. Okay. So best way to avoid that consent. Clear.
Yeah.
So whatever I've mentioned, just use these five consents. Why I'm saying from the point of the law. See, the judges, when the case comes to our court, the judges love documentation. They don't see the emotions behind that. They will appreciate the more documents you does. Not required. Any witness, not required. Your one statement, your one consent is enough. The doctor itself is not required. No witness required for the consent. Okay. So I'm moving on to section 6, that is documentation, which I call it like your legal lifeline. So yes, the doctor lose cases, not because they are wrong, because they don't write. They don't write. Now, tell me one thing. When you document something, you document a case, you document an emergency case. What else? What topics? What points you jot down in your on your prescription? Sorry, on your page, on your book. Date and time, right? See the documents, patient details. That's obvious. See the document, what you should document, the vitals, most important, the vitals of the patients, the risk you explain to him or to her, the completely in detail. The third, the behavior notes, the behavior of the patients, right? The fourth, have you counseled them? The counseling. The fifth, the consent again. Sixth, the refusal. And there is one more. I don't know the shorts you use or something. It's something called leave against medical advice. There are patients like that, right? And there are also patients who, like, discharge against the medic. Yes, this lama dama something. I'm so sorry if I'm making it right, pronounce it correct. So this is what
It's
I heard.
discharge against medical advice.
Yes, yeah, this should be documented. And the aggressive relatives,
And negative
negative
consent if
relatives.
they are not ready for whatever the treatment has been prescribed to them.
Yes, yes, yes. These are aggressive relatives, the most problematic, and the late night discomfort. You know, discharge summary. Yes, any inappropriate patient behavior. You should document everything. The clear documentation protects you under section 106 of the BNS, that is negligence, which, if any case, if they might cause a death. If you document whatever I told you, this format, this proper way, this will protect you under 106 of the BNS, under second in Consumer Protection Act, and the third, hospital disciplinary action. From these three things, yes, medical legal cases, the documents which I told you, if you jot down this everything, and henceforth, if you practice these things, documentation, this will definitely 1000% will protect you from all this, the serious allegations. And yes, now moving on to section 7, that is I have discussed about was negligence versus complications. Right. So what is negligence? Can you just can someone just give me one line something, the difference between this negligence and complications? Act of doing. What do you call it? Negligence or complications? Unlawful. Okay. See, relatives don't understand these differences. You know, Google doesn't either, but our code does. Negligence is a wrong method. Okay, I'm giving a simple way. Negligence is a wrong method, and complication is medically possible outcome. I hope I make a sense on this, right? Negligence is a wrong method, and complication is a medically possible outcome. So it goes back to my previous section, that is 5 and 6. Consent plus documentation is your protection. This will protect you. Am I clear on this? About the negligence and complications, there is not much talk about, there's nothing much I would talk on this, but this is a simple, I've just made it very simple for you. Wrong method and medically possible outcome. Great. So now the most important part, I'm sure everyone must be waiting for it, like handling the aggressive relatives. This is the most important thing. This is the toughest job. I mean, toughest thing a doctor handles. Mostly the field doctors. When the emotion, the emotions rise, I think the logic disappear. This is what I believe. So when this happens, you have four things you have to do it, not to do. Do not argue with the relatives. The basic thing, don't argue. Don't touch their phone. If they're shooting, don't touch it. Stay away. Don't raise your voice and don't even get close. Follow these four basic things, four basic rule. Don't argue, don't touch their phone, don't raise your voice. And the fourth is important, don't get close. Instead, what you can do is step back. I'm just giving you a very basic thing. Step back, call the security as early as possible. Document also the aggression of the relative. Okay? This will help you, this will save you for further allegations, for further false allegations. So document the aggression, whatever words, whatever actions, anything, whatever they have done on that particular moment. And provide a written status and ask for signatures. This, these steps you should do it. CCTV recording. True. Obvious. Now every hospital has been equipped with that. Even police stations are equipped with all CCTV now. It's been ordered by the Honorable Supreme Court now. So that's pretty obvious. And yes, this entirely bring under section 130, that is assault. If anyone assaults you on duty, please note down this section. This is section 130, which is assault on a healthcare worker, which is direct FIR. It's a cognizable offense, and this is non-bailable. So police can arrest the accused immediately. Section 130, assault. So if anything, if women doctors been attacked or if they've been, the relatives get very aggressive, move to the CCTV area immediately. Try to do that. Don't overshadow. Don't go somewhere where there's no CCTV coverage. Why? That's what. Call the security and help. That's pretty obvious. But CCTV. Try to be in CCTV. This is for the male doctors as well. See, whatever I'm telling is not only for the women, right? It's for the male doctors as well. So this is the most important thing. Try to take that complete situation under the CCTV. Try that. That will save you. And keep the distance. Now, I'm going to talk about call for help. Yes. Going to talk about the section 9, which I have just jotted down. That is a night duty safety. It's for the women doctors, a night duty. So what you should avoid. Being a woman doctor, what you should avoid. Avoid a closed room with male patients. Dark corridors, isolated counseling, and being alone with intoxicated men. Avoid this. Women doctor, you always avoid this. And this is the hospital responsibility to have the area completely equipped with CCTV, security, safe transport, and a female staff presence. This is the hospital responsibility. But for women, what I've told you, just avoid all these things: closed room, dark corridors, isolating, counseling, everything. Just avoid all these things. Try to be as much as you can on the CCTV. If you find anything, your instincts give you some hints. Try to be on that. So, one line for the male doctors. I've spoken about women, but one line for the male doctors are always have an attendant with you. Whenever you examine or anyone, you always have an attendant with you. I think that there's a word called attendant. It's something chaperone, something, right? Just correct me if I am just uh, pronouncing it in a proper way. It's chaperone, chaperone, something that you should have as always. Just type over here. Yes, exactly. Thank you, Dr. Kanchan. Yeah. So for male doctors, always have that. chaperone, right? So now I'm coming on the section 10, that is handling police, media, and the management of the hospital. See, what police want when there's a case, police, all they want is facts. Don't unnecessarily give emotional your point of view, your part from your story, whatever happened. Just speak on facts. Whatever case you got, whatever emergency case you got, speak only on fact. Don't involve your emotions unnecessary. Don't say, as per me, I think this will happen. As per me, I think this should be the next treatment. Just give facts. Patient came, this what I'm doing, this what I've done, and the further things. And yes, for the media, for the media, it's it's the hospital's administration that will respond. It's not your duty. Okay? For media, let the hospital administration respond. Your one word will go against the hospital also, and it will go against you as well. So better way, avoid. Let the hospital administration handle the media. You stay away from that. You just do your duty. Just provide the facts, the medical facts to the police. You're only liable answer to the police. No one else, if there is a case. And for the management, yes, for you, I'm telling doctors, for the management, don't sign any blank forms. This is the most important thing. Do not sign any blank forms. Email your version, whatever happened. Like I said, time stamped. Email your version, whatever happened with you, whatever scenario happened, email to yourself. Why I'm saying, or this count as an evidence in case the case escalates to the court. So all these small documents, because it's only you and the patient. There's no third person who witnessed this. So this is the best practice. All doctors can do it. Email your version and save copies. This is the most important thing. Save all the copies. Let the management decide now. Your work is only to provide facts to the police. Right? So do we have any questions on this section, particularly police, media, and management? No. Great. I'll move on. Clear. Great. I'll move on the section 11. That is a criminal allegation. Okay. This is the most important one. The criminal allegation response plan. This is a plan you should do it. If you are accused in a case, or falsely accused, you can say that. You should always first, what you should do, write your statement. Okay. Write your statement. Whatever happened, whatever the allegations are, what is your response? What's your defense point? Write the statement, your statement. Second, add names of the staff present there at the situation. Whatever happened, just add the names of the staff. Third, secure the CCTV footages. This is the most important thing. We live in this digital era now. We have that opportunity to secure the CCTV. Fourth, save messages. Any messages you get, digital messages, anything. Save those messages. Just don't delete like it won't be used. Even a small okay can be useful for you. To save all the messages, have a backup. Inform your legal team immediately. If there is a legal team, inform them this what happened. Whatever happened with you, just inform me. You follow these protocols. Because my responsibility is to tell how a doctor should react on such criminal allegations, on such plans. This is your steps to respond your plans accordingly. Sixth, don't delete anything. Be it against you also. Keep it. Keep it. Just don't delete anything. Whatever you message to your seniors also, keep it safe. Do not think that, okay, it happened something, I should delete it. Let it be. What matter is the time. What matter is the situation. How you reacted on the situation in a good faith. So this come to the conclusion that document everything. If there's a criminal allegation, this should be your response plan. Okay. So this again applies under the BNS, all the sections which I mentioned earlier, 74, 75, 78, 351, everything. I will give that in details. So now I'm coming on the section 12. That is the legal rights in the ER. Right? So what's a legal duty? Someone asked me, what should we do at the ER? What's a legal duty? Can just someone tell me in one word? If there is a case, if there's an emergency case, What is your legal duty? First, what do you do? Treat. Okay. Treat what? Save, right? That's obvious. Okay. Document. Hmm. Okay. Stability. Exactly. Sanjay Khade, sir, true. Your first legal duty is stabilize. Like I said, first my first opening, I said it's a stabilize the patient. Don't treat it directly. Stabilize. See the what the situation is. Stabilize it. That's a legal duty. That's been asked in the court. What doctor did? Did he jump on the treatment? No. You don't know what's exactly has happened. All you do is stabilize. This is your legal duty I'm talking about. See, doctors, you are not obligated to allow 10 relative inside. You're not obligated to treat abusive relatives. You can strict away refuse the treatment. You're not obligated to provide your personal numbers and also your expertise outside your your field, your expertise. You know, if you can't handle the case, this is not expertise. You can immediately refuse it. No one can force you. Just being a doctor, you do it. And for the women, especially, I'm talking about, women may refuse unsafe situations. This is the most important part. So these are the legal rights, legal limits, I would say rather, in the ER. And now, do we have any questions on this part, doctors? No? Okay. Great, sir. Thank you. So, coming on the last, which is the section 13, high risk situations to avoid. Now, this something is interesting for everyone. Someone also messaged in the chat box what they deal with. This is a high risk. I personally advise all the doctors to avoid few things. First, the most important, WhatsApp prescriptions. This is a very big red flag. Be it your friend, be it your anyone, relative, anything. Avoid WhatsApp prescriptions. This is this is a high risk situation. This will, you know, get you in a trouble. Avoid prescription giving on WhatsApp. Never, never give the personal numbers to patients. Avoid giving those personal numbers also. Like take my personal number. You can message me anytime you want any help. Avoid. Exactly. No counseling over the phone, not at all. And also, don't be alone with a sensitive patients. Don't be alone with them. Touching the patient's phone is also it's dangerous. Don't do that. And most important, I've seen few doctors have practiced this. They alter the records. Don't do it. This is the serious thing I'm talking about. This will take down your career. You take down your further practice, entire thing. Never alter any records. Take time, make a records, but never alter the afterwork. Never alter any records. And again, this is for the juniors. Never sign under pressure. Anything. Home visits can be. That can be. Even that's part of your rights. You can do a home visits. So signing under pressure, this especially for the junior, also for the seniors as well from the management. Never sign anything under pressure. No one can force you to sign anything. And avoid isolated rooms, like dark corridors, everything. And always stay far away from the patients who flirts. See, I'm saying this as per the new problems the doctor face these days. I'm talking on that now. So avoid such patients. Don't deal with them directly. Stay away. Let the attendant let other one deal with it. You don't deal with them. So this is something I jotted down for you to avoid few things for the high risk situations, right? So do we have any further questions for this section now? False certificates. That's pretty obvious. That itself you said it's a false. So that's what I'm saying. I'm not including any topics which is already understood by the doctors. I'm just coming up with such topics, with such sections, which many of the doctors have just missed it. They must avoid. They were like, this is a minor thing, but this minor things leads you to a big problem. Exactly. Don't give any, yes, indemnity, right? Gold standard. So again, I've been given a time of 40 minutes. I tried to jot it down everything in a very the shortest way, So I just like to add few my personal thing over here is like, doctors, please don't just treat disease. You treat chaos. You treat panic, the expectations, the misinformations, and sometimes the abuse. But please, please, please remember, medical knowledge save the patients and legal awareness save doctors. So this what I want to tell all the doctors over here who understand both. And the doctor who understand both what I said right now, it's truly unshakable. No one can shake them completely. So since today it's a Advocates Day, it feels right that I stand here as a lawyer to protect those who protect every one of us. So please, doctors, please work confidently, you work safely and work fearlessly. You deserve the same respect, safety, peace that you give to others. So hope I'm clear on this. I try to, conclude everything in a short, in a complete way. And I just hope there is no other any legal doubt you have. If you still have anything, you can ask me. I'm just keeping a 10 to 15 minutes of Q&A rounds. If anyone have any questions on that, so you can just ask me. Is there anything, ma'am, I'm missing out? Can help me with that?
Thank you very much, sir. You have really elaborated almost all the points about the safety and the consent and everything. Uh, I mean, when we have our medical legal seminars, webinars, we have almost each word as a topic. Like we have a separate topic to get a complete talk on consent, and one separate talk on the documentation and all these things. But then in one webinar you have elaborated each and every thing that has to be taken down or noted down. I would open the session for the question answers. If anyone having any doubt, please unmute yourself and can ask directly. Yeah, how to handle the politicians? There is often interference. I mean, this is mostly in the hospitals where it is a government hospitals, and politicians are involved in any kind of cases. You never know. So, how to handle these politicians and the situations?
Like I said, my section 10, that is the police, media, and the management. Like I said, one sentence, doctors just say, let the hospital administration respond to this. You avoid getting into personal fights. That's not you're not legally obliged to give the explanation. Let the management handle it. I
May
would
I
say
say,
avoid.
may I say something?
Yes, sir.
Mostly the politicians get involved on billing issues because they want to oblige their, क्षेत्र का लोग. So बिल इतना बना है मैं कम करके देता हूँ. That kind of means the dialogue is कि कम करो कम करो कम करो. सब करते हैं, सगळे डिस्काउंटसाठी प्रयत्न करतात. आणि त्याच्यानंतर मग सगळं झाल्यानंतर मग पॉलिटिशियन्सना इन्व्हॉल्व करतात की बाबा तुम्ही पण काहीतरी बोला, शब्द द्या. अल्टिमेटली इट इज अ मेडिकल सर्व्हिस, आणि मेडिकल
Exactly.
सर्व्हिसमध्ये खूप काही खर्च असे आहेत. आता ह्या विषयावरती जास्त बोलायचं नाहीये, पण सगळं मॅनेज करून चालायचं आहे. एवढं काही आपण आपल्या मेडिकल फीजमधनं कमी करू शकत नाही सर. आणि
बरोबर.
त्याच्यानंतर जेव्हा हे येतं आणि आपण जेव्हा ऐकत नाही, तेव्हा मग कुठेतरी हे लोकप्रतिनिधी व्हायलन्सवरती, म्हणजे ते काही बोलत नाहीत, मग लोक व्हायलंट होतात. आणि तो एक खूप मोठा विषय आहे. तो सामाजिक दृष्टिकोनातनं आहे. आणि कधी-कधी हा खूप म्हणजे इट बिकम्स व्हेरी डिफिकल्ट. आणि राईटली
Difficult to
आस्क्ड,
handle.
राईटली आस्क्ड, याला लॉ कसा प्रोटेक्ट करू शकतो? हा पण एक खूप, म्हणजे लॉची गोष्ट जेव्हा आपण करतो तेव्हा कोर्टाची गोष्ट येते. जेव्हा
बरोबर.
आपण काहीतरी प्रोसिडिंग लागतो. पण युजली काय होतं, एव्हरी डॉक्टर सर, एव्हरी डॉक्टर वॉन्ट्स की बाबा मी माझं सुखरूप प्रॅक्टिस करू आणि
Mm-hmm.
उगाचच या सगळ्या भानगडीत पडायचं नाही म्हणून वी
Mm.
गिव्ह अप सर. आणि हे
Right.
खूप मनात दुःख आहे प्रत्येकाच्या की आपण
Mm.
सर्व सर्व्हिसेस देऊन आपले
Mm.
पूर्ण प्रोफेशनल नॉलेज, मेडिकल नॉलेज सगळं वापरून आपण एखाद्या पेशंटला ट्रीट करतो. सर, मेडिकल फील्डमध्ये 2+2 कॅन बी 4, कॅन बी 7, कॅन बी 8, कॅन बी एनिथिंग. बट
Anything.
लोक ते ऐकत नाहीत सर. लोकांना
Mm.
एक्सपेक्टेशन असते की मी जर मेडिकल फील्डचा जर मी आय हॅव टेकन द सर्व्हिसेस, मी एखाद्या पेशंटला हॉस्पिटलमध्ये ऍडमिट केलंय, माझा रिलेटिव्ह हा 100% बाहेरच यायला पाहिजे त्याच्यातनं. आणि हे
Expectation तेवढे वाढलेत.
आहेच.
डॉक्टरकडं राईट.
सर,
दे
आणि
बिलीव्ह
तुम्हाला
डॉक्टर
हे सांगतो
इज अ
सर,
गॉड.
हेही
बरोबर.
सांगतो सर, गॉड आपल्या आपल्या इंडियामध्ये हे आहे. पण
हम्म.
तुम्ही ऍक्च्युली जर फॉरेन सॉइल्समध्ये पाहाल की
हम्म.
काय परिस्थिती आहे, एखाद्या कन्सल्टंटला भेटायला किंवा एखाद्या डॉक्टरला अप्रोच करायला त्यांना
हम्म.
आठवडे लागतात.
बरोबर.
कन्सल्टंटला भेटायला तर महिने लागतात. हेच लोक जेव्हा बाहेरून, म्हणजे आय हॅव सीन पेशंट्स कमिंग फ्रॉम US, कमिंग फ्रॉम युरोप, ते इकडे आल्यानंतर जे इन्व्हेस्टिगेशन सांगितलेत ना ते सगळं करायला तयार होतात. इझिली एव्हरीथिंग दे आर ऍक्सेप्टिंग. आणि फक्त आम्हाला ट्रीट करा, दॅट इज ऑल. म्हणजे हे त्यांना तिथे, म्हणजे काय म्हणतात त्याला, जाणीव झाली आहे. पण
बरोबर.
आपल्याकडे असं डॉक्टर घरोघरी, शेजारी, मोहल्ल्यात सगळीकडे अवेलेबल आहे, त्याच्यामुळे किंमत नाहीये सर.
रिस्पेक्ट नाहीये सर. बरोबर आहे. सो ट्रू, सो ट्रू. इवन वी फेस द सेम थिंग. ॲडव्होकेट्स ऑल्सो फेस द सेम थिंग. फॉर दिस ह्यासाठी सोल्युशन सर एकच आहे फॉर डॉक्टर्स. आय वुड से, मी जर सांगितलंय क्रिमिनल अलिगेशन्स मध्ये मला क्लिअर केले मी.
येस सर.
यू हॅव टू राईट युअर ओन स्टेटमेंट्स. एट द एंड लाईक यू सेड, प्रेशरायझेशन आम्हाला पण असतं, पोलिसांना पण असतं, तुम्हालाही असतं. पण ह्याच्यामध्ये आपण सेफ गार्ड ड्युटी हेच करू शकतो. फॉलोइंग द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन, कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन राईट दिला आपल्याला. That can safeguard us. Nothing else. Beyond that, kau shakat. And yes, you have the media power. In this case, if there is any issues, you have the media power. You can just for your self-defense, you can start recording it. This is the modernist solution I would give. Not on the record, but modernist solution. If a doctor has been attacked, doctor has been abused, हे तुम्ही allegations, हे तुम्ही criminal cases file करू शकतात immediate. Calling the police. This is a basic thing because what court says, court काय विचारतं, डॉक्टरनी काय रिस्पॉन्ड केलं. प्रेशरायझेशन होतच, ते ऑब्वियस आहे. व्हॉट यू आस्किंग मी इज अ प्रॅक्टिकल क्वेश्चन.
येस
Like
सर.
every day you face it. But ह्याच्यासाठी I'm not gonna tell you go and argue. You being professional. Politicians forget it. You know it, what their sense is. But we as professionals, we know how to handle the situation. We are trained for that.
येस
So yes, we should exercise our rights in a smart way. The one who uses the rights in a smart way, sir, he will never face such problem. I keep telling everyone. लोक म्हणतात की आता how bad is our judiciary is being portrayed right now. People have, लोकांचा विश्वास उडलाय from judiciary. But if you use your right proper way, this applies to doctors also, I'm talking about.
येस.
If you use it very smart way, right way, sir, definitely what problem you're facing, that will make an impact. I have seen doctors who have stood strong, no matter who is he, the politician, the chief minister, the police officer, no matter what. This is my hospital. I will work according to my rules. This is what, and it's a big offense to threaten a doctor on duty. It's the biggest offense. And the court, मी ऍक्च्युअल सांगतो, कोर्ट हे हे खूप सिरियसली घेतं. Advocates and doctors, we are protected. And anyone abuses us, it's very serious. Even you've seen now, right now, the advocate has been abused so badly in Rajasthan. Got a recent news cycle. What happened? What the High Court did? Obvious, the entire police station got suspended.
सर, थँक्यू
The
फॉर.
law officers, you are the somewhere we are relative.
येस.
Exactly. Somewhere we are interconnected. So we are saving lives. So no one can, even what you're saying, sir, politicians don't get suppressed, don't get into influence. Use your rights, what I've told you, basically, and just follow your institutions. Do whatever you feel like. But just don't get into physical or, काय झालं असेल तर distance and maintain that. CCTV is the best one. आपलं action later on असणार, sir. Not on that moment. But we have sense, not them.
I just, as a secretary, I want to, give a message to all the members.
Mhm.
First of all, violence केसमध्ये प्रोटेक्ट युअर सेल्फ, बिकॉज दॅट इज अ
Exactly.
इमोशनल मोमेंट. ओके. मारामारी, मारहाण जर चालू झाली तर सी
Mm.
टू इट दॅट यू हॅव युअर एक्झिट वेज, गेट आउट ऑफ द सिच्युएशन. कारण काय असतं, नंतर सगळं कायद्याने सगळं बघितलं जातं, पण तिथे ज्या क्षणी तुम्ही उभे आहात, जेव्हा तुमच्यावरती हमला होतो, सी टू इट दॅट यू गेट अवे फ्रॉम दॅट सिच्युएशन. सेकंड थिंग इज गेट इन टू फिटल पोझिशन्स. हे बघा,
हम्म.
कुठे व्हायलन्स होईल, काय होईल आपल्याला माहित नाही. बट यू यू हॅव टू प्रोटेक्ट युअर सेल्फ फर्स्ट. जीव हा महत्वाचा आहे, आणि एका डॉक्टरचा जीव फार फार महत्वाचा आहे. कारण एवढं शिक्षण प्राप्त केलंय, एवढं नॉलेज आहे, की आपण आज आपल्या आयुष्यात लाख लोकांना नीट करतो. तर त्याच्यामुळे आपला
बरोबर.
जीव वाचवणं महत्वाचं आहे. लोक इमोशनल होतात, ते दॅट इज अ डिफरंट पार्ट. But you have to protect yourself and do whatever mechanisms you need to, you protect yourself. Sir,
Protect
thank
yourself.
you.
So true, sir.
मला हे
Very
मेसेज
true.
मेंबर्सना द्यायचा होता. Yes.
Very nice, sir. Great.
ऑल्सो
Yes, ma'am.
बऱ्याच वेळा असं बघितले जातं सर, की जेव्हा असा व्हायलन्स होतो, स्पेशली इन द कॉर्पोरेट हॉस्पिटल्स और समथिंग लाईक दॅट, then the doctor is being abused, but then not even the corporate management of the corporate hospital or the doctor individually comes for the complaints when we ask for them to register the official complaint in the police station. And that becomes the reason that the doctors are becoming the soft point. आणि अशा वेळेस मग गुंड म्हणा किंवा पॉलिटिशियन्स म्हणा, हे लोक अजून मग ते टार्गेट करतात की हे काही आपल्या अगेन्स्ट काही करणार नाहीये, कंप्लेंट करणार नाहीये, अँड देन दे कॅन बिहेव व्हॉट एव्हर दे वॉन्ट.
Right, doctor. Right.
काय होतं सर, डॉक्टरची एक इमेज असते समाजामध्ये.
Hmm.
ठीक आहे, प्रॅक्टिसमध्ये एक इमेज असते. आणि कोणालाही माझ्या विरुद्ध कोणी केस केली आहे किंवा नाखुशी आहे, हे
Hmm.
बाहेर कुठे पसरू नये. म्हणून वी ट्राय टू, बिकॉज वी नो आउट ऑफ 10,000 पेशंट्स आय हॅव ट्रीटेड, वन इज नॉट सॅटिस्फाईड, बट दॅट वन विल बी अ रिझन की लोक काय स्केप्टिकल होतात की याची
Image.
चूक
Right.
असेल.
Right.
त्याच्यामुळे
Right.
ते
Right.
काय म्हणतात, अरे बाबा शांततेत जे होते ते ठीक आहे, विल कॉर्डॉन दॅट थिंग व्हॉट एव्हर हॅज हॅपन्ड.
Right.
आणि
Right.
त्याच्यामुळे आपण कुठल्याही गोष्टीला सेटलमेंट करतो. वी डोंट गो आउटराईट विथ युझिंग द लिगल मेथड्स और ट्राईंग टू गो आउटराईट. आपण शांत
Right.
बसतो, आणि ही शांतता जी आपली आहे, आपण,
Expected आहे, sir. बरोबर.
आणि त्याच्यामुळे अजून जसं मॅडम म्हटले, लोकांना असं वाटतं की हा डॉक्टर आहे, हा काय करणार आहे, आपण चढणारच आहे त्याच्यावर, असं. म्हणजे नाशिकच्या भाषेत बोलतो, कारण मी नाशिकचाच आहे.
बरोबर. नाही, हाय, हे ट्रू आहे. हे ट्रू आहे. दिस इज सो ट्रू. डॉक्टर फेस दी फर्स्ट हँड, म्हणजे पहिलं अग्रेशन डॉक्टरच फेस करतात. आणि त्यांना वाटतं डॉक्टरकडे केस गेली म्हणजे आमचा पेशंट एकदम बराच व्हायला पाहिजे. तर दे विल नॉट अंडरस्टँड द बेसिक थिंग्स. दिस इज द ट्रू. आणि हे आता व्हायलन्स अगेन्स्ट डॉक्टर्स एवढे वाढलेत आता सध्या, म्हणजे ते दॅट्स वाय दिस हा सेशन झालाय. इनफॅक्ट आय जस्ट आय कॅन से अ 10 to 20% स्टार्ट आहे. बट दिस शुड बी रेग्युलर टू एव्हरी डॉक्टर. आय थिंक हे एव्हरी टाइम टू टाइम त्यांना सांगण्यात यायला पाहिजे. हे सगळ्या गोष्टी इम्पॉर्टंट आहे. देअर राईट्स, हाऊ टू प्रोटेक्ट देम legally, because we practice in a country, and so obvious we should follow the protocol, follow the law, and तेच तुम्हाला प्रोटेक्शन देऊ शकतं. Politics, that's a different part.
No, sir,
That's completely different part.
you have been very instrumental in taking out each and every points of the laws, and I really appreciate you, and I
Thank you, sir.
appreciate the Nasik team. Like
That's
I've already said, and this thing should continue at the state level also. So I request Nasik team to formulate something so that we can take this as a particular issue, violence against not just females with, but
male,
doctors
exactly.
also.
Both,
Yes.
both,
Yes.
right, both. In fact, I
डॉक्टर
would like to,
कम्युनिटी ॲज अ होल.
I would like to add now. मी पाहिले the seriousness. What I'll do, I will really come up with a series of doctors. मध्ये रिसेंटली मी डिकोडेड ॲज अ पोलीस डिकोडेड सिरीज स्टार्ट केली होती. So now I will announce, like from your channel, that I will come up with a doctor series so that everyday problem they face it, what legal action they can. Because in 40 minutes of sessions, I cannot explain the entire law to all doctors. मी जेवढं जॉट डाऊन करता येईल, मला जेवढं सिम्प्लिफाय करता येईल, मी तेवढं केलं. but a detailed series for doctors through my Instagram. किंवा मी एवढं सिम्प्लिफाय करतो लॉ. मी प्रयत्न करणार सगळ्या डॉक्टर्स त्यांचे राईट्स काय यूज करू शकतात इन ऑकवर्ड सिच्युएशन्स, what law have given them, how to deal with politicians, just like सरांनी ऍड केले आहे, how to deal with very aggressive patients, smart way legally, and practical solutions, obvious, which is tried and tested. So this, yes, ma'am, please, sir, give topics also. I would really have some, I would like to have your topics from you also. So I will start a series specially dedicated to all the doctors, because I know how hard they do, how hard work they do, how great service they provide to the country. So people should understand this. They should respect the doctors and their importance, because तेच आहे तुम्हाला म्हणजे they will make you on a line. So this, I will come up with this message, and definitely I will try my level best to educate people, common citizen, the importance, the respect the doctor should have. This is my, I will start with this series, definitely.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, sir, for such a nice elaboration and clearing all the doubts of everyone. And all the best wishes. And we will be really following you on the Instagram for decoding the laws,
Please, please,
for
yes.
supporting the doctors. That will be really an important thing. And I really thank our President, Dr. Nilesh Nikam, sir, who has within no time given me the permission to conduct this session. And thank you to Advocate Swapneal, sir, that
Thank you,
with
ma'am.
one
Thank you so
message
much.
he has accepted to be a speaker on this platform. I thank Dr. Vikrant Desai, sir, his Honorable Secretary of Maharashtra State IMA, and all the delegates who have joined today for the webinar. And with this, I think I would conclude the session and stop with this. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, doctors. Thank